Welcome back to another dream story video. So, how are you guys doing? That is great. That's good. So, if you guys have a story that you'd like me to hear, post it down in the comments and I'll read it in the next video. I'd love to hear you guys' stories. I'd love to hear, your guys' dream stories. I think that'd be pretty cool to read that. So, I'm gonna I'm gonna start off with this one dream I had when I was younger. I don't know how old I was. I know I was very, very young. I just remember very little things when I was younger. So it's just like, oh, I remember this. But yeah, here we go. All right, so for my first dream story today, this is when I was young, like I said. So from what I remember, I was at a McDonald's play pit, not pit, but just playland or whatever the heck, whatever they call it nowadays, something. And I was just crawling around, you know, my imagination. I was just crawling around, looking at stuff, and I fell in this little hole that had like a net floor, and it was super far out. And at this McDonald's that we had when I was younger, it had this little net area. I remember this very well for some reason because I went to this McDonald's all the time. My grandma would spoil me and take me there all the time. And there's like this little net tunnel that you crawl through, and I remember getting my hand stuck in there a bunch and hurting my hand and whatever. I would always twist my hand or ankle or whatever, but it wasn't like anything terrible. So I was crawling around in this net in my dream, and it was just a really huge net. I was crawling. I think I tried standing, but I couldn't, and it just was like this really long, um, just long net. And I was just walking. It's really simple. Like, it's a simple dream that I had. Nothing too interesting. Just a simple dream. All right. Yeah, it was just like it went on forever. I think at the time I was really scared of losing my family because other dreams I would have. I think a lot of people have this too. Is like you're sitting in a car and the car like starts going on its own while your like parents are in a store or something. I think that's like a normal dream that people have or used to have. I had that all the time when I was a kid because I was always afraid of getting separated from my family. I was always afraid of just being separated from them. So I think that was kind of related to that. All right, for my next dream, this one's a little weird. This was when I was like maybe 11. I had a lot of dreams when I was 11. I was a weird kid when I was 11. I was doing all kinds of stuff when I was 11. That was like one of my best years of my life, probably. You know? Maybe. Maybe. So, in my old house, I want you guys to imagine I had this studio. This little studio in our backyard, and I would hang out back there. There's a computer. And this is back when I first started getting into YouTube. I'd watch Minecraft videos and stuff like that. This is like in 2010. Captain Sparkles. I'd watch Minecraft music videos, stuff like that. I'd watch YouTube poops, actually. I'd watch a lot of those. And it was just a really nice studio. I'd just chill out there. I kind of miss it, actually. I've been thinking about it a lot. But besides that, that's not important. I was just chilling out back in the studio, that I had. The door was open, and I had a boxer dog with like brindle fur. I think they call it brindle. There's this boxer dog, and she was the sweetest dog ever. Her name was Izzy. I really miss her. She had passed away when I was like 16, but she was the best dog I've ever had. Don't get me wrong, I love my dog now, but Izzy was really important to me. I love both of them the same. But Izzy was just such a sweetheart. She would never bite anybody. So, yeah, before I go off and talk about random stuff, the stream got kind of weird. I was just sitting in this apartment. I mean, the door was open, and my dog runs in and has like this human face, but with like dog ears. And I don't know how I came up with this even in my head. I think I was taking like this medicine because I was not to get too dark or anything. I was kind of depressed at the time, and I was taking this medicine that made me have the weirdest dreams, and I had a lot of anger. I think I was 11 or 12, but it gave me like a lot of anger and really strange dreams. And my dog came in, and I was just like, "What happened to your face?" And it just looked at me, and I was just staring at it, and it jumped at me like the last second, and then I woke up. It was a weird dream, pretty simple. Alright, so this next dream, I'm just gonna say this right now. When I was a kid, I was such a weeboo. I loved anime. I was so into anime. Anime was like one of my favorite things as a kid. You know, I would watch anime. I'd watch Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. There's this one show on Netflix that showed up. It's called Rosary Plus Vampire. Look it up if you dare. It's really cringy. Like, I look back at it, you know, because I was curious. And I'm just like, this isn't even, like, good. I thought it was so cringy. It was like a romance anime. But besides that, this is, I was in middle school, but I'd always have dreams about my elementary school. And a character from this show showed up. And yeah, this is how much of a weeb I was. I'd have dreams about anime. And a romance anime at that, you know, it's kind of cringy. But I had a dream about this character from there. I think it was the guy character. And he was just chilling out on the grass field, and I was like, "Yo, you're from that show. What are you doing here in real life?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing." And my friends were just casually talking to him. It's just, I was like, so everyone's gonna ignore the fact that there's an anime character. This was kind of weird because it felt like one of those real dreams, you know, like everything kind of felt real. But I was just like, so everyone's just gonna like ignore the fact that there's a guy from an anime just chilling out here. I was just genuinely like just so confused. I was like, what's happening? But yeah, it was a simple one. Alright, so for my next dream, this one's a little weird. Kind of dark, not for kids. I don't know if a lot of these are for kids, but this was when I was in middle school. I had a dream that was in elementary. There's a thing called the Fun Run. I feel like so many schools across the world have this. And you'd run around the track and you'd get these popsicle sticks. And you'd get one for each lap. And I remember always trying to get enough so I could like put them in between my fingers and be like that dude from the X-Men. Logan or whatever the heck his name is. I forgot his name. I don't want to say Shredder because that's from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But yeah, I was running in my dream and it got really weird. Like I was just running. My legs were getting sore. And mind you, this was all in middle school, like 6th grade. I had just gotten out of elementary. And I was running in my dream and all of a sudden my bone pokes out of my skin. I had watched this horror movie, because I'd watched so many horror movies at night, and it was just, my bone poked through my skin. It was disgusting. So yeah, that's about it, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you liked it, or don't, you know, subscribe. You know, that'd be cool. Sorry if these ones were a little more simple. And yeah, bye.